And now to the backyard bear sighting today in Encino. We've learned we have seen this mama bear before. She is tagged as yellow 2291. And we, as well as Fish and Wildlife, have watched her roam around LA County. She was first tagged in Claremont last May and then spent time in the Angeles National Forest, finally making a home for the winter in the Santa Monica Mountains. She was spotted in Topanga Canyon. That was in March. Then yesterday in Sherman Oaks. Today in nearby Encino. NBC4's Tracey Leong is there now, where Mama Bear has 3 little cubs in tow. Tracey.
Yeah, Carolyn, we were watching them earlier in the backyard, but then they climbed out of that tree, and as it got darker, we couldn't spot them anymore, but we were told they were most likely in this neighborhood, probably in the wooded part. They live, according to wildlife officials, in the Santa Monica Mountains, which is only about 3/4 of a mile from here, and they moved in last year, and officials say that this is the first time bears have lived in the Santa Monica Mountains in 100 years.
It's not every day you see a bear family lounging in a tree, but for the second day in a row, these furry visitors were spotted once again. On Tuesday, people reported seeing them in Sherman Oaks, and by Wednesday, they traveled to the neighboring community of Encino.
We have wild animals here all the time, coyotes, bobcats, deer. And for me to see something like this, it was really dramatic.
David Parteau was one of the many excited neighbors who wanted to catch a glimpse of the mama bear and her 3 cubs. For hours, they hung out in a tree in a backyard on Ashley Oaks near Terra Drive in Encino. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife says the bears live in the Santa Monica Mountains. Officials say the mama bear, known as Yellow 2291, was actually here 3 years ago. They tagged and relocated her to an area more suitable for wildlife, but officials say it's remarkable because she somehow made her way back about a year ago, possibly crossing busy roads and freeways, and made a den in the Santa Monica Mountains where she had her 3 cubs, 2 males and a female. Officials say they likely traveled into the neighborhood searching for food.
They smelled something that smelled good and, wanted something to eat, and then came around this populated area. But that's not something that bears really want to do. They don't want to be around people.
Wildlife officials do not plan on relocating the bear family. They've been tracking the mama and say Tuesday was the first time she entered a neighborhood and will most likely return to the mountains very soon.
If the bears feel safe enough to get out of where they're hiding, they will make it back to where they're more comfortable, which is their natural habitat, and where we want them and they want to be.
And Carolyn, wildlife officials say these bears do not appear to be a threat to the community, but they are urging people to keep any pet food inside and don't make food easily accessible to these bears to keep them wanting to come back. Reporting live in Encino, Tracey Leong, NBC4 News.